him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Hey, Schmack-a-McGob, it's time for the only news that matters on Kiss Wednesday. And from the mid to late 70s, one of the most popular and most instantly recognizable rock bands was Kiss. And while their anthemic hard rock was certainly part of their appeal, other elements were just as important. Pyro-heavy stage show, costumes, and most importantly, the facial makeup design. But by 1983, Kiss' popularity has taken a noticeable hit in the US, thanks to a string of albums that saw them move away from their earlier heavy sound, and also the arrival of such younger and more focused bands like Van Halen, Iron Maiden, and Def Leppard. In fact, things had gotten so bad for the band that when they finally issued their heaviest album in years, arguably their heaviest album ever, 1982's Creatures of the Night, and mounted their first US tour since 1979, both failed to sell nearly as many copies and tickets as just what they were doing a few years earlier. And to add to the problem, Ace Frehley and Peter Criss had left the band, leaving Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons as the last original members in attendance, joined by replacement members Vinnie Vincent and Eric Carr. Additionally, MTV changed their way of fans looking at music, and Kiss, their look appealed quite outdated compared to the new crop of fashion-conscious rockers the channel was airing their music videos. Drastic measures needed to be taken, and taken fast. Sometime shortly after the group had played 3 mammoth stadium shows in Brazil in late June 1983, work began on what would be the group's 11th studio album, Lick It Up. And it was during this time that the band boldly decided the only thing left to get their career back on track was to finally shed the costumes and to be photographed for the first time without their trademark makeup. So in August of 1983, photographer Bernard Vidal shot the band for the Lick It Up album cover, with all 4 members standing against a stark white backdrop in a more traditional, I'll bet, rock starish clothing. But it turned out that there was some trouble getting on which photo should be selected, as a friend of the band and co-writer of several Kiss songs, Mitch Weissman, recalls in a 2019 book, Take It Off, Kiss Truly Unmasked. Nowadays, potential album cover images are easily exchanged online or via phone text, but back in 1983, it wasn't nearly as convenient. And Weissman recalls one fateful night when he found himself in the midst of an important moment in history, which took place in Stanley's then apartment on 52nd Street in New York City. So Mitch says, so I came in one night and the cover photos for the photo session for Lick It Up are there. And the big giant sea prints are stone all over the floor, on tables and on the couch, and he's going over all the shots from the sessions. And Gene's on the phone and I'm on the phone and I'm in the bathroom and on one of those big giant long curly cords. Paul's in the living room and I'm in the bathroom, and all of a sudden I yell, I've got it! I got the cover, because Gene has copies of the same photos in his apartment. So I say, what is different about this photo? What is the one piece of Kiss paraphernalia you can never remove, but would give you a hint as to who the hell the band is? The tongue! And I picked the cover. Gene told me, the photographer said, okay, I have one more shot. And I stuck my tongue out. and that became the cover. Out of all the other photos, there's no tongue, so there's no mugging. There's all this serious stuff trying to be rock stars, and then Gene sticks his tongue out. Weissman also shed light on what supposedly took place during the actual photo shoot and how slight modifications had to be applied to two members. Vinny and Eric are standing on phone books. And Vinny is wearing his wig because his hair, when it got wet, would fall down on his face and look like a drowned rat, as Paul said. And then Paul would hold his cheeks and pull them down like a big basset hound. The move would pay off for the band, as Lick It Up was the group's first gold certified album in 3 years. And MTV supported the band by hosting an official unmasking on the band, and also often airing the video for the album's title track in the fall of 1983. Kiss would continue performing All Natural until 1996, when the original lineup reunited and donned their famous costume and makeup again. So there you go. I heard rumors, I don't know how true this is, I heard rumors that Vinnie Vincent, his head is on a mannequin. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. But anyway, this album, Lick It Up, is awesome. I don't think Kiss has made a better album than Lick It Up since Lick It Up. And, you know, past year or so, I've always liked Creatures more. And now I think Lick It Up is the better album. Even though I don't think Creatures has any filler tracks or any songs that are bad. I think that whole album rules. Danger will be my least favorite, but I still think it's a kick-ass song. Where Lick It Up has the song Lick It Up that I hate, but all the other songs more than make up for it. Young and Wasted being my favorite Kiss song of all time. Exciter, Not for the Innocent, A Million to One, Fits Like a Glove, On the Eighth Day, Give Me More. I love all those songs. And yeah, it was a great album, an awesome album to get them back on track. But oddly enough, what really got them back on track was the song I don't like off the album, Lick It Up. It became a hit. It got them exposure, and, you know, people loved it. And I was like, at the time, I really didn't care, you know, if they took the makeup off or whatever. And then I saw the Lick It Up tour, which was cool, but it wasn't as good as the Creatures tour. When I saw the Creatures tour, they were hungry, pissed off. And it wasn't as empty as all the other shows that people talk about how empty the Creature show was. Though it wasn't a packed arena or anything, but it was, you know, it was all right. But then when I saw the Lick It Up tour, they played a bigger venue, the Hollywood Sportatorium. And that one was kind of empty, you know. I mean, Kiss got back in the spotlight and everything, but every time I saw Kiss, it was always like not full, or, you know, 75% full. There was always a lot of empty seats until I saw, well, I was going to say the reunion tour, but that's not true. Hot in the Shade, there was a lot of people there. I don't think it was a sold-out concert, but it was the most people I've seen at a Kiss show up to that point, because my first Kiss show was Creatures. I remember Asylum, which wasn't even a big place, was kind of empty. Sunrise was very small, and they played 2 nights there, and I don't think both those shows were sold out. Crazy Nights was a bad turnout, and Ted Nugent destroyed them. That was the worst time I saw Kiss in the 80s. It was a bland show, like the album. It was a bland album. But there you go. That's the story of what went down on the Kiss Lick It Up photo shoot, the cover art, and what made it so special. So what do you all think, man? Leave it in the comments below what you feel about Lick It Up. Do you love it as much as I do? Who out there thinks it's better than Creatures? I know many of you don't. I do. So thanks again, everybody, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and ring that little notification bell. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and ring that little notification bell. I said it twice. Now I'm going to say it backwards. That's subscribe to my channel backwards. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.